Hello, getting ready to start here our Bible lesson. We're on the lesson about Ruth. We're talking about Ruth is loyal. And we know that loyal means to be like faithful, committed, always there for somebody. We've been talking a lot about being a good, loyal friend. Okay, so I have here, if you can see here, this is a glue stick. And we know that glue is just kind of used to make things stick together. Okay, so I have here 2 craft sticks. And when I glue them here, put a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue there, and I'll kind of press them together. I'm just going to set them down here so they can dry. Alright, so I want you to think of that glue, right? When you are being loyal to your friends, you are acting like the glue, kind of sticking you and your friends together, right? Sometimes you might make a choice that breaks that loyalty. For example, if you say you're going to do something with your friend and then you change your mind, you don't want to do it anymore, right? That's not being a good, loyal friend. So, right, if these are glue sticks joined together, you're being loyal, you're stuck together, you're loyal. If you break that loyalty, right, that means that you are no longer sticking together, sticking by your friend's side. Okay? One of the things we know is that God will never leave us. So if I had, right, this is just regular glue, like a little glue stick. If I would actually have super glue, we can think of more of God as being that super glue, right? A lot stronger, hard to break, holds us together a lot more tightly. So if God is a kind of like that super glue, right, when God sticks things together, they do not easily come apart. Right, that is God's faithfulness, completely binding, always there for us, never leaving us. Okay, so I have here a couple of Bible verses I'm going to share with you. The first one comes from Proverbs chapter 18, verse 24. It says, "One who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother." So what do you think? Who is that one person? Who is that one that sticks closer to you than a brother? All right, and I have Kendall here with me. So Kendall, who sticks closer to you than a brother? God, right? So hopefully, right, we all knew that. We know that God is always there for us and that God never leaves us. All right, so I have another verse. It's found in Deuteronomy 31, verse 6. And it reads, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." That last word, forsake, right? He will never forsake you. That means he will never abandon or leave you behind, right? God makes that promise that he will always be with his people forever and not forsake them, never leave them, never abandon them. How does that promise make you feel, right? Knowing that God will always be there for us, God will never leave us. Should make you feel pretty good, right? Pretty safe, secure, no matter what's going on, that we know that God is always in control, that God is always there for us. Right? So knowing that God is always there for us, how should we in turn act towards God? Right? We should always be loyal to God. We should never leave God, right? We should never forsake God. Okay? One more verse here I'm going to read to you. This one is found in John chapter 15, verse 14. It says, "You are my friends if you do what I command." Okay? And this tells us that to show God that we love him and that God is our friend, we should obey his commands. All right. So I have here a little story I'm going to read to you. This is a true life story, and it shows us how God's people should be loyal to God because God is always loyal to us and always there for us. So it begins. Dr. David Livingstone lived during the 1800s. He was a man who knew that God would never leave him. Dr. Livingstone learned about many people in Africa who never heard about Jesus and the salvation that Jesus brings. He decided to spend his life serving God there. In Africa, Dr. Livingstone saw people being cruelly treated as slaves. This made him sad. He knew helping them was what he was supposed to do. He traveled all over Africa, going places no other white man had ever been. He told people there about Jesus. He also charted out unknown places in Africa. Dr. Livingstone suffered a lot while in Africa. He was separated from his family, attacked by a lion, lived in constant pain, and contracted horrible diseases. Yet to him, serving God was more important than anything else. Dr. Livingstone became famous in his home country of Great Britain for his explorations of Africa. He thought that his exploration would open the way for more people to come and preach the good news about Jesus to the people in Africa. In 1873, Dr. Livingstone died while on his knees in prayer to God, God who never left him and who would never leave the people of Africa. Okay, so I just want you to take some time to kind of reflect on this lesson here, again, about being how God is loyal to us, and in return how we should be loyal to God. Okay, just a couple of questions here to think about. To review, who will stick closer to you than a brother? Right, and we know that should be God, right, or Jesus. They will stick closer to us than a brother. What promise has God given his people about loyalty? Right, God promises that he will never leave his people. How should we respond to the loyalty of God? Right, we should be loyal to God in return. And we know that David Livingstone showed his loyalty to God by spending his whole life serving God in Africa. All right, first and second grade. Hopefully you enjoyed this lesson. Again, keep thinking about what it means to be a loyal friend, how that we can be loyal to God and show our loyalty to God, and know that I miss you guys. See you soon.